Okay, I said the last one was it, but this is really fucking it. Because after watching this last video of yours, you're out of your fucking mind. You are just fucked up. You are fucking anti-evolution, anti-science, you like to bastardize the entire method. You try and dress stuff up in different words to make it seem like you're really talking about something, like you know what you're talking about. You don't know shit. You won't admit to not knowing shit. Do I know exactly how the universe got here? I don't know shit when it comes to that. Outside of what happened with the place for for what we see today, for the radio background, and how we see the universe expanding, and for having evidence good to say that the Big Bang happened. Outside of that, I don't know what the fuck caused it. You claim to, which is bullshit, and you know it. And then you claim that happened, right? But then, in the same fucking Christian apologetic breath, you will assert, right? You'll fucking assert that we were designed. So what is it? Is it first cause, or is it design? Or was there design within the first causing? Which doesn't make any fucking sense. How did that come to be? Why was it like that rather than like this? And these are questions that you label stupid, but you should be able to answer them because you apparently know so much about the nature of the first causer. Now, let's get to your video. Now, if you watched my last video, you know what I said, but then they put in there. Does he mean idiotic things like, quote, what did God use as a reference to create He universe? Really? You either meant create the universe or His universe. You're fucking stupid. Or can't spell. Either way, when I'm thinking about me, someone who speaks English, who has a fucking computer, probably with spell check. Mine is right here on the browser. It'll tell me that a word is spelled wrong. Or you have Google and you can type in your misspelling of the word and see how to really spell it. There's no excuse here. Or maybe you're just really sleepy from praying all night. I don't know. But aside from critiquing the fact that you have spelling errors, first, what did God use as a reference to create the universe? This is a legitimate question that you say is stupid. Because God is so powerful, He doesn't need a reference. Then how can He design without a reference? The very act of design is taking on one orderliness and then creating another in reference to it. Just like the certain orderliness of how the eye works. This camera was designed around that certain amount of orderliness. Now I'm not going to say the eye is designed. No, because it's really, when you think about what it is, how it works, and we know how it evolved, what it evolved to do, and we have so many other creatures right here on Earth that have better eyes than we do. Cats, for one, can see in the fucking dark. How come human beings can't see in the fucking dark? Wouldn't that be fucking useful at some point? You are living in tribal societies, being able to see in the dark. I don't know, but maybe if we were designed for here, we could have been equipped with that. I'm sure a lot of people and things have been killed for being attacked by something in the night because human beings can't see in the dark. What kind of shitty design is that? Not also aside from the eye not even being so as well equipped for seeing as something compared to like an owl. Anyway, Yeah, so what was it? What was he referencing? I mean, that's what we know for design. You characterize and use these words and these terms to define God as a man, and then assert that God is nothing like man. But you would, in the same breath, talk about all these things that he does like man. So which one is it? And if it's nothing like man, that means you know nothing about it. If it's nothing like man, it's completely outside of the entire natural world, then you would know nothing about it, and we would be talking about shit. But instead, you rather lie and put you in your guesswork about how he is that and is that, and the Bible is true and Christianity is the right religion because I happen to believe it, and I don't know why. We're gonna skip that. He can't stay on subject, so he has to script it out. Funny thing is, he gets off subject later. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? I just stated there's just a teleological thing over again. Okay, and that proves what? I can't even refute the teleological argument either. Okay, first off, that has been thoroughly refuted over and over again. Evolution thoroughly refuted the teleological argument just by being such a developed science. It's like, oh, this beauty and all that shit, oh, it must have been designed by some mind that thought this would be beautiful and put it here for us. No, I'm sorry, that didn't happen. The plants, the trees, the birds, the bees, you and me evolved. Random mutation, sexual and natural selection formed what we are today. I'm sorry. And the same thing happened with this tree out there or whatever. This is so stupid. No, but the anthropic principle is the law of human existence. So you're saying that it's a law that human beings exist. The existence is completely contingent on those laws. We would never ever come about if it was not for the constants that we have now. You don't know that. And you know you don't know that. And I know I don't know that. Who's to say that in harsher conditions there couldn't be a human or humanoid life form to evolve somewhere else or in the same planet but in different conditions? We can't run those simulations, so we can't prove either one of those are right. So yeah, now you've been refuted because you don't know. And you're honestly just lying. And now I'm going to resort to something. Apparently I resort to something else I can't prove, which is the assumption we evolved. Oh, here's this creationist crap. It's an assumption. Evolution is a belief system. Shut the fuck up. It's real science. Creation science is not science because first off that's stupid, and there's no working theory for it, so it's not even applicable science. And then just with one more point, it violates science in very principle. The philosophy of science, right? I do not formulate a belief without evidence, and only way I will formulate and get the evidence is by going through all the steps and through processes of the scientific method. Well, we can't do that in order and then get to lead back and say it was better, because even then we tried doing that. We've tried, right? And all it ever spread to was more naturalistic explanations. Just saying. And the primordial soup bullshit, that's bullshit. I hate. Why can't there be people like you who were gassed in a Holocaust? Why hardworking Jewish bankers and stuff? Why? Let's okay go. Again, what I fail to realize. That is to realize is that humanity and our environment form a symbiotic relationship. Our planet requires life, and we require our planet. And wrong. The fucking Earth does not need you. You could say, well, we need people to till the soil in order for certain things to grow, because they only grow so scarcely. That's only, most times, that's a self-serving purpose. It's for human beings, for human use anyway. This planet would still be here if nothing was on it. Just like how Saturn, in Venus, in Jupiter, and Mars are still there, and there's basically nothing on it. What you just said was retarded. I can't prove that evolution is true. I'm assuming. You know what? No. I'm not assuming that evolution is true. No, I'm assuming that you've never taken and passed a proper, real biology class. Probably went to some retard, super strict, conservative Christian school that's taught that evolution was a lie, or some BS like that. Either way, you're fucking dead wrong. Let's go. Now he's going to try to attempt to critique the analogy I used in my video, the one with the flower sprouting up between the cracks of concrete within a city. The flower grew regardless of the man-made surroundings. It's not regardless, it changed because of it. We observed that plant life will turn and take different forms and shapes and have different ways of replicating its genes and mating and acquiring water, and even changing in totally different morphological ways compared to what was there before we came and made out our paved roads and stuff like that. They adapt, they changed, they evolved to their environment, and they grew. And sometimes they managed to flourish, and sometimes they didn't. And now you want to say that the flower didn't adapt to the environment, we intruded on it. We intruded on it, right, in our intrusion, and it adapted to what we did during our intrusion. Which is why we can see it sprouting up out of the ground. And how does anything I said disprove or even or refute first cause? First off, we don't ask questions and then answer them. That's stupid. That's arrogant, self-serving. It doesn't. It does in the traditional sense of what you say. First off, for the first cause or the kalam, you say that everything needs a cause, but you don't. But you immediately lead that spectrum away from the alleged God. But for everything to exist, right, needs a cause. So if God never had a cause, then ex nihilo, God didn't exist. But you never say that. You just say he's eternal and has a timeless nature. And he can create nothing. He can create something from nothing because I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know how I even believe this ever.